I said, oh, you one thing I find easy in every way. But search for the clue. No things I was bound to do. Keep my head to the sky for the cloud to tell. And with strength, lasting from me as I repeat, he said, peace and love, everybody. Welcome to the weekly analysis report. We'll be going over the plays that was called last week, as well as talking about this upcoming week, trading week. I got the Black Day Trader here with me, Leslie. And so we're going to break it down and go over a few things from last week and, again, talk about what's going on this week. So we decided to do it around this time when futures come out. And right now, futures are a little flat. We can look at the S&P chart right now. This is the futures. And we see it's a little pullback from Friday, which is kind of, futures when they come out, it usually is a little flat. They usually don't show their hand on Sunday nights like that, but we're expecting this to rebound from Friday's pullback and continue to give us some uptick. So last week we went in, we had a pretty productive week with plays. Actually, man, we called a lot of plays last week. It's like 30 plays or something like that, but they were doing pretty good. But Friday we ran into some markets pulled back, and I gave a warning of that before in the pre-market analysis, saying that things should pull back, and they did. And sometimes it's good when you do get a pullback because that gives strength to a particular trend. So a few of the plays that we got into that we called on Friday, they actually came out and created a new high, and then there was some pullback. So I want to look at a couple of those charts, and let me pull up the companies real quick. Like for instance, the Z-scaler plays ZS. This was called on Friday. And we see that it basically came out on Friday and created a new high. It gapped up, and it pulled back, filled the gap, and now it closed at the bottom, which is, it did not create a lower low. I mean, but it created a higher low, and it created a higher high. So This play is still good to go. If you did not get into it, it's a good play still for this upcoming week. So um, then we had Twitter was another one that pretty much did the same thing. If you look at a lot of the charts, they pretty much all did the same thing. This is why I was warning about that in pre-market pre-market video from Friday. It gapped up and then it pulled back. But the thing about Twitter is, and why I still like this play, is that uh, it did pull back some and then retraced again, gave us some more uptick. It kind of held its gains. It didn't pull back real hard. So that's a good sign, especially when the market is going in the opposite direction. And it did pull back to fill that gap, but it didn't really lose its gains. It didn't fall back too far, or going up. It's still looking good and still holding the trend. So this is another play that was called last week. So if you're still in that, or if you're looking to get into that, it's still a good play. Um, and I'll look at another one that we called last week that's doing well. Um, Zoom. Zoom did the exact same thing as the others. It gapped up in the pre-market and it pulled back hard. It did not take out the previous lows. So looking for these same plays to continue this week and with upward momentum. Um, See, I got my alert set and everything like that for it to move to give me a heads up if it's going in the wrong direction or whatever. Then I know I have to make a decision and know what I need to do about the play. But I feel confident with these continuing with upward momentum going into the week. And so, Leslie, what we got for this week?
Good evening, everybody.
No, but I will.
Okay, so I just real quick will piggyback off of what Ronnie said about Twitter. Um, the chart, let me see if I can share my screen. You see it?
I did see it.
Um, all right, well, anyway, without the Twitter chart, what I wanted to add that some recent news was that they're going to have a tiered paid subscription service coming out soon, and that they had a gap at 57, and it took them about 45 days to fill that last gap. So just keep that in mind with Twitter. I'm going to look at Pinterest. Pinterest was downgraded on May 10th to $65. I think on May 10th it was probably like $60. But this is a chart. Let me know if you can see my chart. So Pinterest is a chart that has all the things that I like to see. I think minus a gap, but in terms of indicators for a bullish reversal here, it's on my moving averages. It's oversold. I like to use the 3-day chart. It's becoming my favorite chart. I also peeked at the daily on these. I mean, the weekly on these just gives me further confirmation the reversal. Um, so I like Pinterest. Um, they're below the price of the downgrade. Upgrades and downgrades have been like 85, 90. I do believe that here, based on them of moving averages on the highest charts. That's not to say that it'll be an entry Monday. I'm probably going to be looking at getting in Wednesday because I think that it has started to pull back on Friday. Let's look at the lower time frames. No, these are actually lined up too, so we may get a gap up Monday morning on Pinterest. But hopefully some of you guys are in that from some point last week. Look at it real quick. Williams-Sonoma, they have two June contracts that are kind of expensive. They're the ones right near the money. So if they're trading at 100, it would be like 95 and 90. They have some decent open interest, but Williams-Sonoma is that they were downgraded to $100 on the 13th, so fairly recently. And I think they almost immediately started the decline, but there's a huge gap. Hold on, computer dragon the platform. So it was a couple puts that I wanted to look at. We were in Costco last week. I think Dick's might turn out to be a good put when they report. But why I favored this one over the others was just because of this huge. I'm about to show you on the higher time frame. Time frame to update. This gap down here from about so I'm expecting, just because of the condition of the indicators on the higher time frame, MACD just crossed bearish. The cash crossed bearish, and the combination of those, I'm expecting it to get at least to 140. But because the 3-day candle, or I'm expecting next week. But if you're a swing trader, then I would definitely look at like June contracts, put Williams-Sonoma. Last one is, I'm going to carry from last week with okay. So in the weekly chart lines up for bouncing off the moving averages on PayPal. I think this is another case where it's on Friday. So, we could possibly expect that to continue in the morning. I'm expecting to be able to get into PayPal, and if not Monday, because Tuesday's been bearish for a few weeks, I will probably be looking to get in Tuesday at the close. And that's my 3 plays. There's a lot of good earnings plays, so just keep your eyes on the things that are reporting. Chewy's reporting, I think. And that's another good chart that's lines up on all of the higher time frames. But that's all I have.
All right, cool. Could you all Oh, I was muted. Um, I was trying to see if you all could hear us because I know on my end I was getting some feedback from Leslie, but let me know if you could hear us. I see Devon in the comments section. Let us know if you can hear us, brother. But anyway, yeah. So it's a lot of companies that's looking real good coming into the week, and sometimes they look real good when you're doing your analysis. When the market's not moving, and they look totally different in the morning. But there's a few things that a few companies I'm looking at this week. Um, right off the top, there are a few. One of them being Boeing, BA, and so Boeing was a play that was called months ago. We was in this from up in here, and kind of been consolidating for a while in this particular range. Um, and whatnot, and it fell down a little bit, but now it's looking to come up. It gapped up on Friday, and which is nothing too different. Boeing has been known to do that. However, it's right here at a level of support. It gapped right here to the level of support. That's where it is now, and so I expect it to continue. The Dow has been doing well and Boeing trades on the Dow. And Dow has been doing well this month in particular, and Boeing has been lagging. Airlines have been doing pretty good, pretty decent, and Boeing tends to run with them at times. So I expect to be able to get some pullback in the morning and into this somewhere, hopefully to get a good entry around 232, 233 ish. I'm expecting to get a pullback to right around there for a good entry and be able to ride this. I expect it to go to a minimum around here in this 250 range. That's being conservative, but it could go as the 260 and even test this new high up here, the old high up here at 278. That's going a little bit too far. I expect it to get from the two around here to around 250 just to be conservative um, and whatnot. That's one play that you should put in your watch list to check out for this week. Also, we'll be looking at Baidu as well. Um, Baidu was running great, months ago. I mean, it just had took off, and it was just what I liked about it is that you get some big green candles, and you can get some big red candles. So Baidu is one of those companies that we were able to ride one way or another. All back up in here, I was in and out of there, but lately it's just been smashed and knocked down to these lower levels and whatnot. I believe uh, back here it bounced off the 200 moving average, and it went back up and kind of just winded up in one little area, consolidated, and dropped now. And now I'm expecting it to get some push off of it. Um, expecting it to get to about the 200 range, you know, but the 205 range. I'm sorry, which is a level of resistance right up in here. Playing it conservative, not trying to ride it to the moon or anything like that, but I believe it's a good play. And something you should keep on your watch list this week um, for potential play. So we got I cannot think of my third company. What's my third company? You remember? I just looked. I just did right. Baidu. Mastercard. The last one we'll be looking at is Mastercard. And so Mastercard, we actually called this last week, and it didn't quite do what we expected it to do. Um, what was that? Monday we got in right here, so there was an opportunity to make some money off of this Monday and Tuesday. But then on Tuesday, it gapped down on Wednesday, like basically the whole market for the most part. If you look at most charts, they all did the same thing. They gapped down on Wednesday. And the thing about it, it came right back to this level of support. What I like about it is it didn't take out this low right here, and then it fires out on that Wednesday after the retrace. It fires out nearly fully engulfed. Then it gaps up on Thursday, and it ran. Then it came in Friday. It went up, and then it pulled back like the rest of the market did. So I'm expecting it to a continuum of this uptick, this move. It's creating higher highs here and whatnot. So I expect this to get to our target, um, which is right around here at the 390-ish level, uh, real soon. That's a conservative target. Looking to get there real soon. It may not. It may take a little more time than a week. Oh, oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Wow, that was a boneheaded move. Well, anyway, so we called it on Tuesday. It did. It did go up and give us an opportunity to make some money off of it, but it pulled back on Wednesday. The as the whole market did for the most part, it gapped down, but then it gapped up on Thursday like the market did, and now we expect to get some uptick on it and to go continue the trend. It is creating higher lows and higher highs. So that's a good sign. Um, Hopefully, the market will let it play out. I expect it to get up here in this anywhere from 380 to 390 range. Um, but I believe this is a great play that plenty of potential, and as well as the other ones for this week that we're calling. So we're looking at quite a few different plays for this week. Uh, Plenty of opportunities. Last week was a pretty decent week, um, and whatnot. So I expect nothing different this week. Um, if we look 2 weeks ago, 2 and 3 weeks ago, we were having 4 days out of the 5 days. They were red days. But last week, there was a lot of things running, and some plays you could even swing. So um, be on the lookout and keep these stocks. So that's Baidu, Boeing, and Mastercard. Keep those on your watch list. And I'm going to go over one more that we also called on Friday, which is Tesla. I talked about this in the pre-market video. Um, so Tesla has been it's been on a downtrend as of late. However, a couple days ago, Wednesday, it it gapped down like the rest of the market, and it hit a level of support. Now, typically, when Tesla comes down to this support, well, one time prior, when it came down to this level of support, it bounced high, it bounced big, and it got up here to this 720 range. So uh, I'm expecting it to do the same. I'm expecting it to get somewhere up here close to this. Actually, my range is from 700 to 720 on this. Um, and so but on Friday when it was called, it pulled back all day for the most part. and but nevertheless, it created higher lows. You see it, the trend being formed, and higher highs. So I expect it to continue and on up into the target I call, which should be somewhere around this 700 range. I'm being conservative, um, but that's Tesla. So anyway, those are a few of the things that we're looking at um, for this week. Appreciate you all for supporting and for being a part of the broadcast, the channel, and the trading group as well. So, um, Leslie, you have anything you want to say?
No, that's pretty much it. Like I said, keep an eye on Chewy. Mute yourself. Keep an eye on Chewy and Dix. Dix for a potential put on earnings. I didn't write down what they report, but they report next week, and it looks like a put. For those of you that have attended Tech Thursdays, you should be able to recognize it. And that's all I have.